Today, our theory is about feminine protest. I am Karen Garcia, and here are my group mates. I am Karen Garcia. I was born on September 3, 2003. My parents are Lilibet N. Garcia and Joselito V. Garcia. I was born at Paliparan 1, Dasmariñas, Cavite. In my younger years, I firmly believed that my gender would not limit me from doing anything. I frequently engage in online gaming, such as shooting games, which are generally belonging to guys. My male playmates tease me about my gender when they play online games, thinking that since I am a girl, I can compete with them. However, they are unaware that if they can, then so can I. Additionally, since the majority of the boys in our classroom are intelligent, I always had a competition with the boys when it comes to honor lists when I was in elementary school. That being said, they were surprised that a female like me might perform better than them. For these reasons and more, I can state that gender inequality affects the girls disproportionately and that it begins in childhood. It currently limits children's potential for the rest of their lives worldwide. And because gender inequality is a major problem, both now and in the past, I already understood what it was as I grew older. This is a situation that we witness in daily life as well as in politics. Furthermore, from what I've read in several articles, an international study claims that there is a misogynistic culture prevalent in the Philippines that prevents women from achieving their full potential. And by this, I can confidently say that us women are capable of doing anything that males are capable of.
Eliza Marie Medina was born on July 23, 2002 in Calaca, Batangas. She was the eldest daughter of Maricel and Alfredo Medina. Eliza's father was a driver and an automotive mechanic, and her mother was an overseas Filipino worker. Eliza attended Francisco E. Varsaga Memorial School in her grade school, Angkaanto National High School in her junior high school, while Emilio Aguinaldo Colleges Cavite in her senior high school. She is currently taking Bachelor of Science major in Psychology. She studied at National University Dasmariñas at her freshman year and continued her studies at National College of Science and Technology. She has a remarkable contribution to journalism in her previous school years from grade school to high school. She chose psychology degree because it offers students opportunity for personal growth and opens up a huge range of career opportunities. Since psychology can be an excellent choice for a college major and career for many reasons, getting a psychology degree can open up the doors for many different careers and lead to a job that is in high demand. She also believes in three words, can sum up everything that she learned about life. It goes on. These profound phrases have a deep significance reminding her that no matter what difficulty she endures, life continues to go ahead. Despite its simplicity, this saying captures the spirit of perseverance and the inevitability of change according to her.
Fiala Ezra was born in Dasmariñas, Cavite on June 30, 2004. She is currently 19 years old and will be 20 this year, in 2024. At the present time, she resides at Sapang 1, Ternate, Cavite. Virgilio C. Villanueva is her father and Elvira S. Sereno is her mother. Her father was born and raised in Iloilo, while her mother is from Bicol. She is the youngest of her four siblings. Viola Ezra is a second-year student at National College of Science and Technology, eventually previously enrolled at National University MOA in a medical technology course, but then moved and changed her path of study to pursue a Bachelor of Science in Psychology. I grew up in a family that moved frequently, exposing me to a wide range of events. My parents or the entire family would sometimes leave me alone in the house, which taught me how to be independent. I also grew up in a family where women were more likely to provide for us, both on mother's and father's sides. As a result, I became used to it and learned from it. Because I'm the type of girl who doesn't want to be dependent on her parents for money all the time, especially my father, who is no longer working. My sister and I established a business to help my family pay the bills and fund our education. In this case, it is true that women can do whatever men can do. Feminist theory has its primary focus just girls and women. It is geared toward advancing the idea that women are superior to males. Feminist theory has always been about perceiving the social world in a way that highlights the processes that produce and sustain inequality, oppression, and injustice, while also promoting the cause of equality and justice. However, because women's and girls' experiences and perspectives have long been excluded from the social theory and social science, much feminist theory has focused on their interactions and experiences within society to ensure that half of the world's population is not excluded from how we see and understand social forces, relations, and problems. Though historically women have made up the majority of feminist thinkers, today's practitioners include people of all genders. Shifting techniques, avoiding break. It is sometimes referred to as escape coping. Avoiding break or avoidance behavior is a maladaptive coping mechanisms in which individuals modify their behavior to prevent feeling, thinking, or doing painful things. Though it may not always be the case, avoiding stress may seem like a smart strategy to get less anxiety.
For the second shifting techniques, we have stonewalling. When stonewalling takes place on its own, it can happen out of a desire to diffuse tension in an emotionally taxing circumstance or an attempt at self-soothing. Stonewalling is frequently the outcome of frustration and fear.
One of the three shifting techniques is the triggered ego. Taking back control from someone with whom you are disagreeing might be difficult, but this is attainable with the appropriate tactics. Perceived superiority can be skillfully implemented without developing confrontation. Maintain a calm and authoritative tone when speaking to an individual. Choose your conflicts intelligently, concentrating on important causes rather than frivolous power struggles. It may entail limiting communication or avoiding occasions where you know they will be present.
For the first slide of stages of development, we have three stages here. First one is explore bonding. It is the emotional unification of mother and kid, particularly in the early years of the kid's life. Based on this amount of connecting, girls tend to absorb a lot of the mother's emotions. The second one is the orientation to others, which is a self-deprecating obsession with other people. Sometimes a child's concept of her own ego or unique awareness isn't developed adequately during bonding. She might carry this reliance into her later relationships, such as those with her spouse or acquaintances, because she perceives herself as her mother's extension.
The fourth stage is individuation and awakening, which is the continuous process of being entire. We are all innately seeking for self-realization, though an ongoing process of evolution, both individual and as a group, according to Althea 2021. While the fifth stage is the development of the conscious feminine, which is the shifting powers of dynamics in relation between men and women, are making it necessary to gain a deeper comprehension of both the distinction between men and women, as well as the archetypal traits of the masculine and feminine, by Connerton, 2008. The sixth stage is empowerment. It is characterized as advancing women's self-worth, their freedom to make their own decision, and their right to have an impact on societal change that benefit both them and other people, according to World Vision.
The seventh stage is spiritual development according to Klassen 2008. It explores the experience of adolescent feminists and those who have been exposed to the spirituality of second-wave feminists and have worked to create and critique topics related to goddess religion, queer theory, popular culture, and protest movements. And for the last one, integration. Integration occurs when a woman integrates and applies everything she has already learned, by Mazarin and T.
According to Ferguson 2017, feminist theory is not only about women, although it is about the world engaged through critical intersectional perspective. Feminism doesn't mean women want to be higher than men, but to attain equality from men. Especially that women are marginalized for so long, feminists want to attain the same rights given to men. From a feminist perspective, personality development is viewed through a lens that recognizes and values the experiences of women in society. One main factor of personality is the upbringing of a child. Feminists highlight the significant impact of socialization processes shaping gender roles and expectation from early childhood. They delve into dynamics and expectation within families, analyzing how these factors contribute to the development of traits such as assertiveness or submissiveness. In personality tests, we also consider Hernean therapy. This is to help patients gradually grow in the direction of self-realization. More specifically, the aim is to have patients give up their idealized self-image, relinquish their neurotic search for glory, and change self-hatred to an acceptance to the real self. Unfortunately, patients are usually convinced that their neurotic solutions are correct, so they are reluctant to surrender their neurotic need.
Thematic apperception test is frequently used for research into specific aspects of human personality, most often needs for achievements, fears of failure, hostility and aggression, and interpersonal objection relations. Is a phrase used in psychiatry and psychology to refer to the ways people internalize their relationships with others and the emotional tone of their relationships. Research into object relations using the TAT investigates a variety of different topics, including the extent to which people are emotionally involved in relationships with others, their ability to understand the complexities of human relationships, their ability to distinguish between their viewpoint on situation and the perspectives of others involved, their ability to control aggressive impulses, self-esteem issues, and issues of personal identity.
We also have humanistic therapy. The goal of this therapy was personal growth rather than a cure, and conscious thoughts were more important than unconscious influences. This humanistic approach was to offer acceptance and genuine reactions to the patient, with the assumption that the patient would realize the correct path toward growth. To facilitate this, the therapist would provide empathy and unconditional positive regard, attempting to understand the patient's experience and reflect it back in a positive way. This was accomplished by active listening, in which the therapist would listen to clients, then echo, clarify, and acknowledge their views, allowing them to gradually gain greater awareness.